Do you want the simplest fat loss habit after 40? Surprise, it is not another workout. It's actually a 10-minute walk after dinner. And the reason it works has nothing to do with burning calories, but it's about that walk and what it does to your blood sugar, your hormones, and your energy for the rest of the night. You're about to learn why a short walk after dinner can calm cravings, help you sleep better, and actually make fat loss easier in midlife. I'm going to share what happens in your body when you do it, how I make it work in my own life with my husband, my kids, and my dog, and the simple steps that you can follow to start tonight, even if you think you're too busy or too tired. Now look, I didn't start this because I was looking for some miracle fat loss trick, right? I honestly just noticed that after dinner I was gross, I felt tired, I felt sluggish, and all I wanted to do was crash on the couch. Sometimes I even wanted something to eat like around 8 o'clock. And one night I just decided that I was like, okay, I'm just gonna get up and walk down my street, right? I don't think I even changed. I didn't have workout clothes on. I think I might have even had flip-flops on. So I didn't really have like a plan. I just decided to go walk. I have a couple cul-de-sacs, and I think it was maybe 10 minutes. And the difference, I didn't feel so gross right after dinner, and I didn't feel like I wanted to crash on the couch anymore. I actually felt like I was like processing my dinner instead of just keeping it all stuck in my body. And so you might be thinking, okay, well, does 10 minutes even really matter? Because I used to wonder the same thing. But here's what's actually happening in your body that you should really understand. When you walk after dinner, your muscles are going to pull the sugar from the food out of your bloodstream and use it for energy. This means that instead of sitting there with your blood sugar spiking and crashing and fighting all of those like snack attacks that you might have, you actually stay more even, right? You stay more even with your blood sugar. And it's one of the easiest ways to calm those nighttime cravings. And actually, the crazy part is research shows that just 10 minutes after a meal can improve blood sugar as much or sometimes more than one long walk during the day. So it's not too little to count, okay? I just want you to remember that nothing is ever too little. So when I started doing this, I noticed that I wasn't as weighed down after dinner. I wasn't constantly ready to just like curl on the couch or start, going through the pantry mindlessly an hour later. I actually felt like I could finish the night instead of just totally crashing. And so this is exactly what I teach inside of my free Core 3 Hormone Reset guide. It's little shifts with food and movement and strategy that send the right signals to your body. So your hormones start working with you instead of like fighting you and against you, right? And in midlife and in perimenopause, it is so incredibly important. So if you want more habits like this, you can actually, grab it from the link below, and it's gonna fit into life every day. So you might be thinking, by the time dinner's done, Nikki, I am just exhausted. The last thing I want to do is go for a walk. And look, I used to tell myself the exact same thing. But here's what really surprised me. That little walk didn't take away my energy. It actually gave me my energy back. Because what happens is gentle movement after dinner helps calm your cortisol, which is your stress hormone. And cortisol is kind of like that group text that won't stop dinging, right? Like all the moms, they're texting all the time. And so you're constantly like pulling up your phone, checking it, and you're on alert all the time, even when nothing urgent is happening. And so a quick walk is like putting that chat on Do Not Disturb. Everything is going to quiet down a little and your body can finally settle. And so for me, it's sometimes just as simple as walking the street with my husband or my kids or my dogs, right? It's 9, maybe 12 minutes tops some nights. And more often than not, I start those walks thinking, I really don't want to go, I'm too tired, and I finish them feeling way better than if I just stayed home and sat on the couch. And at the end of the day, this little walk, it does a lot of things, but it actually also helps your digestion and your sleep. So instead of going straight from the dinner to the couch, that gentle movement just kind of signals to your body to process the food and start winding down. But you might be thinking, okay, but this just sounds like another thing to add to my already packed day. And I want you to think about this. It's really not. It's not like an extra workout. I want you to think of it more as like an extension of your dinner. Think of it like putting the leftovers away after you eat. You'd never leave the food sitting out on the counter all night, right? So walking is just how you help your body put away that food and put away that meal so it doesn't just like sit there and weigh you down. And it's not just me saying this, right? I already mentioned that research shows that walking for, just 10 to 15 minutes after meals improves that blood sugar, right? But it also improves your digestion, which when you have better digestion, it actually sets you up for better sleep at night. And so for me, it's honestly just become part of my evening routine. And for the nights that I've got kids and I've got to take them to practice, maybe I'll walk the parking lot for 10 minutes. Or if we're like in a rush, I always make it a point to just find something and do it for 10 minutes, right? So when we finish eating, we maybe grab a dog, or sometimes our kids will come with us and we just walk the street in the 3 cul-de-sacs. It's not a production. I don't sometimes even change my clothes. And 10 minutes and we're done. And I sleep better on those nights, but I also, if I'm connecting with my husband, I get to talk to him more about our day, and I can talk to my kids about their day. And so it gives us just that good evening routine just to kind of keep going. And so when your evenings are feeling insane, like, you can do this because here, this is how I started. But I want you to remember, like, you're not talking a 45-minute walk, right? You're just talking 10 minutes. And if you've got time for scrolling on Instagram, like, set a timer, see how long you actually scroll, right? You've got time to go for a quick walk. And look, it doesn't have to be super pretty, right? It doesn't have to be like this picturesque walk on a really nice trail. Go walk down the street, right? Pace your driveway, loop the block, go just walk up the track if your kids are at practice, right? It all counts. I want you to stack it with what you're already doing too, okay? So think of it like brushing your teeth before or after breakfast or before bed, right? It's just part of your routine, right? So for us, we just kind of like finish our dinner, we just go out and we take a walk, right? So you're kind of just doing what you're already doing and make it a part of that. And I also want you to just think about it this way. You don't have to wait for like the perfect night to start this, right? I want you to just tonight grab your sneakers, go for a dinner, go for a walk after dinner, walk for 10 minutes and see how you feel. Because chances are you may end up going a little longer, or if you don't, you might not even, you might not want to stop, right? But you're definitely going to notice the difference in how you feel. And so if you're listening to this and you're thinking, okay, maybe I can try this, right? But what else is actually working? That's where my Core 3 Hormone Reset Guide comes in, because I walk you through the exact 3 things that every woman needs that's over 40: how to fuel, how to move, and how to reset. And these are just simple strategies that actually work with your hormones, especially in this life and crazy wild ride of perimenopause, right? So if you're ready for more habits like this that actually fit into your life, I want you to grab the guide, and that link is right below. So here's the thing. A 10-minute walk after dinner isn't about burning calories. It's about lowering your blood sugar, calming stress, and setting yourself up for some better sleep. And who doesn't want that right now, right? It's simple, it's doable, and when you stack it onto your routine that you already have, it actually sticks. And don't forget, if you want that more simple habits, right, go grab that Core 3 Hormone Reset Guide. It's full of practical strategies that you can start using tonight. And if you're ready for some more real, not so sexy shifts that actually change everything after 40, your next step is right here. Watch my video, 7 unsexy tips that will change your life after 40. These are the kinds of things that nobody talks about, but once you start doing them, you'll never go back.